They laughed when I said I bought the cheapest Toyota Corolla Cross of 2025. "You're going to regret it," someone said. "It's just a glorified hatchback," another joked. But none of them knew what I had just discovered, because what I got wasn't just a car. It was a message, a warning, and a second chance at something much bigger than fuel economy or resale value. Let me take you back. 1 month ago, I was flat broke, job on the line, and my old car had just caught fire, literally on the side of the highway. Burnt wiring, total loss, no insurance coverage, no backup plan. I needed a car, fast, but not just any car. I needed something that would last, something that wouldn't leave me stranded again, and something that wouldn't break the bank. That's when I saw it. A brand new 2025 Toyota Corolla Cross L listed online for $22,995. No extra packages, no dealer markup, just the bare bones model. At first I scoffed. Too basic, I thought. No sunroof, no fancy wheels, no leather seats. But then I remembered something my dad once told me. The base model is where the truth lives. No distractions, no fluff, just the machine. So I went to see it. It was a cold, quiet morning. Fog covered the lot. The dealership was barely awake. There it stood, steel wheels, flat paint, no chrome, no shine. Just solid. But when I sat inside, everything changed. The base model interior wasn't cheap. It was clean, logical, surprisingly refined. I ran my hand over the dashboard, soft touch materials in all the right places. I looked down. A real 8-inch touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Standard. USB-C ports, rear air vents, digital climate display, smart key system. This didn't feel like a budget car. It felt intentional. Like someone had designed it not to impress, but to last. Then came the real surprise. Every 2025 Corolla Cross now comes with Toyota Safety Sense 3.0, the sales guy said. I blinked. Even this one? He nodded. Lane tracing assist, radar cruise control, automatic emergency braking, all of it. I thought, wait, this base model is safer than some luxury crossovers twice its price? That's when I realized something big. This car wasn't made for people who wanted to flex. It was made for people who wanted to survive. So I bought it. No upgrades, no fancy packages, just the purest form of what Toyota believed a car should be in 2025. I drove it home feeling skeptical, but curious. Would it fall apart? Would I hate it? Or was there something hidden beneath the surface? The first week, reality check. I took it on a 250-mile round trip the day after buying it. Highway, city, back roads. The 2.0-liter engine, modest on paper, felt snappy, responsive. It gave me 169 horsepower and somehow still delivered over 32 miles per gallon. The ride comfort shocked me. Soft, but not floaty. Quiet. The cabin, even with basic cloth seats, felt better insulated than cars I'd driven at twice the price. The lane-keeping system was subtle but firm. It nudged me back if I drifted, without being annoying. Adaptive cruise? It kept perfect distance. Smooth deceleration. No jerkiness. And the fuel economy? Spot on. Week 2. A deeper look. I spent time testing the features. The infotainment system was fast. No lag. Wireless CarPlay connected instantly. There were no weird bugs, no clunky menus. I even found small thoughtful touches. Sunglasses holder above the mirror. Rear seatbelt reminder for each seat. Massive glove box with real storage. Full-size spare tire under the cargo floor. It was clear. This car wasn't cheap. It was clever. And I started to feel something strange. I trusted it. But then, everything changed. Late one night, I was cleaning out the back seat after a grocery run. That's when I saw it, a tiny slit near the base of the passenger seat. Curious, I reached inside and pulled out something unexpected, an envelope, plain, unmarked, sealed. Inside was a single note, handwritten. If you bought this car, you're not like the others. You're smart. You saw what others missed. You chose the real value. But this car holds more than value. It holds a secret. Look beneath the floor mat. My heart raced. I ran to the driver's side, pulled up the mat, and there, hidden beneath the carpet, was something taped under the floor. But I'll tell you what it was in Chapter 2. Because what I found in that moment didn't just change how I saw this car. It changed how I saw Toyota, how I saw the auto industry, and maybe how I saw myself. This wasn't just a story about saving money. This was about what happens when you accidentally buy something built for a purpose far greater than transportation. And that purpose, you'll find out next. My hands trembled as I peeled back the floor mat of my Corolla Cross. It wasn't just some dealership prank. Beneath the soft fabric and insulation, taped to the metal floor, was a small black plastic case, the kind you'd expect to find in a spy movie, not under a car mat. I hesitated. Was I crazy? Was this even real? I cracked it open. Inside was a drive. An old-school USB stick, scratched but intact, wrapped in a single folded paper. Plug in, but not just anywhere. Only the car will know what to do. My chest tightened. Was this a joke? Some elaborate marketing stunt? But then I remembered. The Corolla Cross came with a hidden USB port, not in the center console, not up front. It was tucked behind the glove compartment, barely noticeable unless you disassembled the plastic tray. I'd seen it on a forum. People thought it was just unused wiring for future updates. I connected the USB, and what happened next was beyond explanation. The car came to life. The screen blinked. The Toyota logo faded out. A new interface, one I'd never seen before, flashed across the screen. Welcome, Field Unit 27, B. Initialization confirmed. Secondary firmware loaded. My breath caught. Field unit? Firmware? What the hell was this? A list of diagnostics ran rapidly down the screen. Then a voice, cold, automated, but unmistakably human in rhythm, spoke through the speakers. If you've received this file, then the experiment has entered Phase 3. Congratulations, you have unknowingly participated in one of the largest civilian durability field tests in automotive history. I sat frozen, the groceries still in the trunk. The 2025 Corolla Cross was selected as the baseline chassis for a global endurance test, codenamed Project Hauler. Thousands of base models were distributed with modified ECUS, sensor matrices, and reinforced chassis elements. Only 1% of these vehicles carry the embedded firmware key. My car was one of them. A military-grade, stealth-integrated test platform disguised as a basic crossover. Your vehicle contains embedded telemetry transmitters, capable of low-orbit pingbacks every 72 hours. You are now a passive participant in a real-time evaluation of Toyota's next-gen civilian-military crossover architecture. I couldn't believe it. I bought this car to survive bad credit and bad traffic. And here I was, sitting in a test mule for a shadow program that even dealers didn't know existed. But the voice wasn't done. We selected owners based on financial restraint, risk tolerance, and psychological resilience. You, and only you, met the criteria. If you wish to continue participation, drive north. The screen displayed coordinates, a remote location in the mountains, several hours away. If you decline, remove the drive, and no trace of this message will remain. The car will reset. You'll forget what it could have been. But if you accept, you'll understand everything. And you'll never look at a cheap car the same way again. I sat in silence for hours, staring at the screen, replaying the voice in my head, remembering every moment I doubted this car, and everything it just revealed. I had a choice: remove the drive and pretend none of this ever happened, or follow the path that only 1% of drivers would ever see. The ending. I made my decision. I filled the tank, checked the tires, loaded my bag with water, food, and the drive. And before sunrise the next day, I drove north. No map, no directions, just faith. The Corolla Cross hummed beneath me, as if it always knew this was coming. The fuel efficiency stayed perfect. The lane assist nudged me gently on winding roads. The car, my car, felt alive. And in that moment, I realized something. It wasn't just a vehicle. It was a statement, a test of trust, a hidden world disguised in steel and cloth and plastic. Toyota didn't just build a car. They built a message and hid it where only the truly curious would ever find it. And I did. So, if you ever laugh at someone for buying a cheap base model, just remember, sometimes the cheapest car on the lot is the one designed to change everything. And if you ever find a USB under your floor mat, don't ignore it. Plug it in and drive, because you never know where that road might lead. The end.